the energy is changing, or maybe I'm just weird, but the energy is you want the well being for everyone, and people that laugh at other people's miseries. You don't even if you're reaching the energy I'm in, you don't even, or the spirit I'm in, or the mindset I'm in, you don't even get mad at people that laugh at other people's misery. You just look at them and oh damn, look at that moon. Shit, I don't know if you guys can look at that. God damn. Oh, a car just flew by. You don't even you don't even you don't get mad at them. You just want to know, what made you this way, to where you want to see someone else suffering so you can find relief. Yesterday I got on the train and it was just two people on the train, and they were about to smoke on it. And I said, "Can you guys wait till I get off on the next stop?" And they started to give me an attitude and go on to the end of the train to smoke. And I said, guys, just wait, because I told them I'm sensitive. And they start yelling at me, saying, get a car, this is that, just yelling at me, saying I'm entitled in a sense. And I didn't get mad at them. I didn't go back and forth with them, but I just left. And I said to myself, these people are in hell right now, and I actually felt bad for them. And I hope that they get off the drugs and get well. That's the energy that I'm in, the mindset that I'm in. I don't know why I feel like this, but that's just the mindset that I have. Don't laugh at other people's misery. And don't be so quick to get mad at someone that may be giving you the evil eye, or someone that may be triggering you, because you don't know what that person's going through. Another instance, I was on the train and a gentleman was standing in front of me, and he was just looking at me with these rough eyes, and I whispered, looked at him, put my head down, and I said, he's triggered. So I didn't stay on a train car. I got onto the next car because there was something about me that was triggering him. So I just left the scene. And that's me having compassion, saying, I don't know what that man's going through. Maybe I look like someone that did him wrong, and he's triggered and he can't control it. So I left. Laughing at someone's misery is not cool, man. It's not cool. Even in the Bible, the Most High says to the Israelites, He says, be careful with how you treat people right, because remember, you was a slave before, and now that you're in rulership, um, don't treat slaves bad. Be kind to people. Instead of just judging them and attacking them, consider how they feel. What can cause them to feel like that? It was a gentleman. I think he was doing drugs. I told him to go to there's a rehabilitation center he can check into and live there. And I told him to do that, and he starts yelling at me. But I didn't start yelling back at him because he's triggered, he's on drugs, and he's sick. And when he realized how he was talking to me, he even apologized. It's time to have sympathy and understanding. If you're not in a patient mood and you're dealing with someone that's triggered or someone that's going through something, evacuate the situation. Don't go back and forth with someone that's troubled. I was walking in Harlem, and some guy butt my arm real rough. And I could have easily said, "Hey, what's wrong with you, man? Central Park's down the block. Let's go handle this like men. And if you knock me out, call the cops and say I fell. And if I knock you out, I'll do the same thing." But I didn't do that. I said, that guy's triggered. Let me be the bigger person. Just keep walking. And for him to do that to someone, I don't know what's going on in his mind. It's time to have that empathy. Have that empathy. Like the people on the train start yelling at me, in a sense, calling me entitled, get a car, blah blah blah. I looked at them. I looked at them in a split second. I said, "Look at their condition. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm just going to leave, man. I'm just going to leave. I'm in a better position than them. I'm not going to argue with them. They're suffering. They don't understand that they're not supposed to be doing that on the train. They don't understand that because they're messed up. So when I seen that and they were yelling at me, I just left and went to the next car because I understood that they're messed up. I wasn't angry with them. The guy that was standing in front of me, he's staring at me because I triggered him. I just left the train and went to the next car. It's that easy. You see how easily I avoided 3 confrontations just by being level-headed. First, one confrontation could have led to a fight if I would have said to the man, "Hey, you just bumped me." The second confrontation could have led to the fight because it was a dude and a woman. So I don't know what the dude's about. And the third confrontation could have led to a fight because I could have said, "Man, why are you looking at me like that? You all right? You got a problem?" Because when I find myself in confrontations, I'm a weird person. I'm weird. I have a weird temper. It's not logical. Say there's people. Say I'm one man and there's 10 guys with knives. Logically, is to agree with them. But when I get angry, it goes out. I don't care. So I don't. So if I would have responded to the situations, I don't know what would have happened. So I just level headed, and I just took the loss. I didn't get the last say. I didn't get the last laugh. I don't get the last laugh anymore because I want to see tomorrow. But for people to laugh at people's miseries, man, unless it's like comical, man, unless it's like, someone is they're like jackass, they're purposely hurting themselves so people can laugh. That's different. Or you have a condition like me to where it can be a very serious moment, and sometimes facial features just make you burst out laughing, and you don't mean it. It's a very serious moment, but you just can't control it. But to laugh at someone because they're in misery is not cool, man. A lot of people are laughing at the Tates because of what they're going through. That's not right, man. That's not right. And let's say they are guilty. I'm gonna say, let's say they're guilty of everything that is being said. Don't they deserve a chance to be redeemed? Don't they don't they deserve a second chance? Haven't we all gone down the wrong path? Haven't we all been out of control? Don't they deserve to be redeemed, especially if they're suffering that greatly? But to sit here and laugh at them because you disagree with their views, it shows the evil in people's hearts. I'm gonna say this: I hate pedophiles. I hate them. But if a pedophile acknowledges that what they've done is wrong, pay reparations to the people they abused, and then seek to live a life treating their illness, because to be a pedophile is a mental illness, treating their illness and doing what's right, then let that person be redeemed. And I hate pedophiles. So why can't those men be redeemed? Why would you laugh at their suffering? It is not because people laughed at my misery. I really don't care about that. I'll laugh at my misery, but it's just not right. And then on the flip side, this anger boils up inside of me. And for all the people that laugh at people suffering and starving and hurting, what happens if it's you? What happens if it's you? And what happens if it's you suffering like that? Are you gonna be laughing in if it happens to you? Will you? So imagine if it was you. Imagine if I was the man and woman on drugs, thinking it's right to do drugs on the train. Imagine if I was the guy that purposely bumped the guy's shoulder to start a fight. Imagine if I was the guy that's triggered by someone's appearance to where I just grilled him. Imagine if it was me in that circumstance and I have compassion and say it could be me. Imagine if I was in the Tate Brothers situation. So I have compassion. One thing I love about the Most High God is that He looks at the little things and have mercy. We got to look at our friends and look at our fellow humans and have mercy on them. There's a young man, he's angry. This is a scenario. And he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. He's angry. He's hurt. He's getting violated at home. He's sick. The last thing he needs is for me to look at him harshly and talk mean to him. That's the last thing. He needs comfort. He doesn't need me to look at him all harsh and yell at him to say what you're doing is wrong. Of course what he's doing is wrong. But let's look at his circumstances. We got to have compassion and we have to think about other people. It's not good to laugh at other people's suffering because when it happens to you, you're not gonna be laughing. And some people will say, "Man, I can handle it." No, you can't. So if someone took your food away, you're not gonna be able to handle it, man, because your mental mind is gonna break down. I mean, I was under such chemical warfare that I was praying to the Most High, Father, please help me, because my mind is warped because I was being drugged. I'm a big guy. But being drugged like that for so long brought me to my knees. I was on my knees begging the Father to help me. So you can be a big tough guy, you can be a killer. But if people drug your food and your drinks, that shit goes out the window because you lose your mind. And then what makes it worse is that a lot of people, if you suffer that and you don't have a religious belief, it's going to be even harder because when you pray, you meditate and you read you fix your brain. You fix it. It may sound he's just saying it, but you really fix it. It helps tremendously. I was under such chemical warfare. I was on my knees. I was on my knees pleading with the Father, please help me. Help me. All that tough guy shit go out the window, man. You can't fight chemical warfare. That's why, just don't laugh at other people's misery, man. Don't laugh at other people's suffering. Even if they're guilty, let them suffer in peace, man. They're guilty. If they're guilty and they're in trouble and they're suffering, there's no need for you to add on to it, man. Just let them suffer in peace. You don't gotta go kick the dead horse. Because that's when you become guilty. Well, it's time for us to be sympathetic, man. Like,